Good early Sunday morning. Hope everybody's well. Everybody's having a great weekend so far. Well, it's that time again. Coming on here and having a little spiel for a few minutes. Sharing some wisdom. Well, the topic for this morning, I think, is a very relevant one. And it's a subject that a lot of people need to kind of like hone in on. Now, I'm just saying everybody, not just women, not just men, but I think a lot of us out here are absolutely confused when it comes to what beauty really is. Because it's not what a lot of us get lost in or fall down that rabbit hole of. See, a lot of us think that beauty is on the outside, right? We think it's how sexy a person is, or how beautiful a person is, or whether a person has a six-pack, or whether a person, is tall, dark, and handsome, or all this other illusionary views of what a good-looking person or what a beautiful person is. Well, that's only about quarter right. Just saying. Think of it like I'm speaking to the elephant in the room. There's a lot of single people out here in the world that are trying to find a partner, but they don't know how to find the partner because they don't know what exactly it is that they're looking for, and that's okay. So you explore and you go down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out what it is you're looking for. But if you're going to gauge beauty on the outside appearances before getting to know the person and finding out if they truly are a beautiful person or not, and you'll know, believe it or not, that's where you'll run into all the collisions. That's where you'll break all the windows. That's where you'll have all the issues. Okay? So, how do you define a beautiful person? And let me tell you, it has nothing to do with wealth, just so you know. It has nothing to do with wealth. Because it seems like about 90% of the people that I've run into and have run into over the years, and they're wealthy, right? They have nice cars and nice stuff. Most of them, like if you talk to them for about 5 minutes, you find out just how shady and how insecure and how much vanity they have, and just like you just find out just how not a good person they really are, because they can just throw their money around, right? They don't have to care what people think of them. They don't have to care how they treat people. They can just throw their money around and just all's good. But how you gauge a good person is honestly how they treat you. Honestly, is how they come off. When you meet them somewhere out or whatever, and you guys start having a conversation, do they hold out their hand and say, "Hey, I'm so and so. How are you?" Are they giving you eye contact? Are they showing you that you matter as a person, or is it more, you're beneath me because you don't have as much as I do? Ten layers of makeup, ladies, does not show me that you're beautiful or not. I'm a single guy. So when I look at a woman, I don't look at looks. as beauty. Because it's not. If you're going to go out and wear 10 layers of makeup and put all these lotions on and have all this beauty stuff on you to make you look beautiful, I'm going to think you're vain as hell. But for my vanity levels versus somebody else's, it might be different. But for me, I'm going to call a bird a bird when it comes to beauty by their personality, by their character. Can you sit down and talk to the person for hours and just get lost in conversation? Or is it an awkward pull the whole time you're doing it? See, there are so many folks on both sides of the fence, both men and women, that are just absolutely confused when it comes to this topic of what beauty truly is. And it's like they go down a rabbit hole and they just get lost. For men, they think that a woman wearing a skin tight dress and looking like a supermodel, walking out of a Mercedes Benz, in case you're wondering, is beautiful. For women, it seems like unless you're 6 foot tall, dimples, six pack, and you're living large, you're not worth a damn. And I think a lot of it is a fact of all the magazines that we read and the social media that we deal with and the media itself that we partake on, and all the rabbit holes that we all get ourselves engulfed in when it comes to learning what people think is beautiful, so that way we can perceive ourselves the same way, so we can get attention from the opposite sex. But in the long run, and in the truthful sense of it all, as long as you are yourself, and as long as you look like you take care of yourself, at least, you should have no problems. As long as you're gonna come off as a decent person, as long as you're gonna treat everybody the same way and not just treat this person differently from that person, as long as you're not gonna come off a racist, a sexist, as long as you're gonna come off as a common denominator decent person, you should have no problem. But if you don't let people see you for who you are and not for what you want them to see, they'll never get to know the real person. But, anyways, once again, hope you're all having a great weekend. Sending all my love. We'll talk soon. Until then.